Welcome back to Affirmations. I want to thank my subscribers and new subscribers that I got, as well as anyone just swinging through. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when I post, okay? Also, hopefully, you all had a good week. And as we always say, if you didn't, what's one thing you can do to help the week go better? Okay? And also, for those of you who are new, we always start off with our saying, life and death is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Have you been feeding yourself fresh or rotten fruit? Always wanting to mind the self-talk that we do with ourselves, as well as what we speak, as well as what we speak about others. It's okay to vent, but we want to make sure we're not lying on others or being malicious. Sometimes that can activate reap what you sow. We want to be kind. Okay. And for those of you who are new, each week we have been we're tackling the topic of healing slave trauma. Okay. And we will be using the DBT deck for clients and therapists, 101 mindful practices to manage distress, regulate emotions, and build better relationships. One of the main things that was destroyed during slavery, as well as through even after slavery, a lot of programming and things have been done to sabotage and create tension within our groups. So we definitely need to tackle healing those things. The other deck we were using, we will go back to it at some point, the self-therapy card deck. This is a great one to do some self-work, okay? And encouraging everyone to get Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome, America's Legacy of Enduring Injury and Healing by Dr. Joy DeGury. Important book to get, kind of helps us to understand how we're still being affected today, okay? All right, and with that, for those of you that are new, I will pick the stones. And I will randomly pick a stone to see which one we are going to speak from today. Let's see what we're going to get. What's this one? Faith. Faith. Let's see. Faith belongs to the blue deck. Okay. Yeah, we have to have faith in order to, you have to have faith in something to even be willing to try, you know. Do you have the faith that we can heal as a people? Do you have the faith in yourself that that you can try? Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we're going to get today with this blue deck. Let's see what we're going to talk about this week. Okay. Okay, so I know the new year's upon us. Let's see, and by the time, let's see, this video plays. Yeah, I'm not sure if people are doing the New Year's what they call it, New Year's resolutions, right? Right. Trying to figure out what changes you want to make in your life. Okay. And put down in the description box, what was 2024 like for you all? You know, on a personal level. You know. Yeah, so this is the time when people are reflecting. There's a lot of changes going on in the world. A lot of things we're realizing we don't have control over. But again, I'm always going to discuss our people. Our backs were up against the wall, but we were people of great faith. And tapping into our spirituality has always been the saving grace for us, huh? Okay, so let's see. I'm going to randomly pick. Let's see, something didn't want to come out. Let's see what we're going to get. Let's get this one today. What is this one saying? What good are emotions? This is a part 2, so that means it's a part 1 somewhere. I see it over there. So I'm wondering, should I do this? Let's do this. I see the part 1. Let's do the part 1. So it says, what good are emotions? Part 1. Emotions provide us with important information about what is happening in us in our relationships and in situations around us. Our emotions help us to be more effective in our relationships and with our behaviors when we are willing to listen to their messages. This is so important. Ignoring our feelings, stuffing our feelings, right? And some of us have been taught to ignore our emotions, right? And we stuff them. And then sometimes what we'll do is we will unleash those emotions on people that are not the cause of the emotions, right? So that's happened to us as a people, not being able to have the power to make changes or do certain things. And so that anger is stored up and then we unleash it on family and friends, right? Or even within our groups, people that we're fearful to express our emotions around, then we go and take our anger out on someone else. So it's very important to be aware of our emotions and being aware of how people make us feel, people, places, and things. Sometimes you'll go somewhere, but it's like, oh, come on, let's go. And you're just like, it's something about it. I just don't feel comfortable. Honor your emotions. They're telling you something. I'm always encouraging us to journal, right? And be able to put pen to paper. And sometimes we don't want to journal because we don't want to know the truth. We want to make excuses for those a lot of times that hurt us. But we have to be able to speak truth as well as set boundaries. Okay? It says, of course, those messages are more clear when our emotions are regulated. If our emotions are too dysregulated, then the messages are too loud and distorted and therefore less helpful. Right? So we talked about that stuff in emotions and holding it in and then we're exploding versus letting someone know immediately or at least by the second time that, I prefer you not to do that. It makes me feel this kind of way. Let's do this. But when we hold it in, again, sometimes it can be misguided and we end up taking our anger out on someone that doesn't deserve it, okay? As you regulate your emotions, practice accepting and listening to them. So you have to accept your emotions. And a lot of times as a therapist, sometimes I'll work with people and it's difficult for them to even own their emotions or to admit that they're sad or angry about something because they have someone up on a pedestal or are fearful of a person. So they don't want to acknowledge the way the person is making them feel. Okay, so even if you're not ready to deal with the emotion, be true to thyself. Okay, you need to at least be truthful that this makes me feel this way. And you need to be thinking about, even if it's in a card or in a letter, kind of letting someone know, I notice when we go out in public, you do this. This is embarrassing to me. And then preparing yourself for the possible consequence of that. If a person's healthy, they'll apologize and they'll try. But you also need to know what is your response the next time they do that. Because also, too, on some level, we participate in things. So, we need to be thinking about that. Okay, that was a good one. All right. Let's see what affirmation we're going to deal with. Okay, let's look at this one. I love this little inner child one. A lot of times I will use this one when we do a story time for the children of the slaves. And I do need to do another reading for us, right? That's for those of you that are new, that is a segment that I do where we will read children's books and kind of learn lessons from them to help us tap into our inner child. Our childhoods were destroyed in slavery, and even a lot of us throughout the generations, our childhoods have been robbed from us. We've had to be both children and little adults, and at a certain age, we learn that we will be viewed as adults, and so it's important that we allow ourselves to tap back into our inner child so we can capture our innocence. That is where our dreaming and aspirations and fun lies. Okay, we got this one, peace and love. Let's see what this is talking about. Peace and love. Yeah, are you about peace and love? Right? Some of us have learned war and war. And again, we're all each other's teachers, right? Some people are there to help you practice, when to put down peace and love and when to be able to set boundaries, right? Because we've this been drilled into us as a people, peace and love. But let's see what this is talking about. This is dealing with inner child. So we're going to see what this is talking about. Number 23. 23, peace and love. Okay, let's see what it's talking about. It says, sometime Benny wonders if there is more that he can do to bring peace and love to the world. Yeah, are you a peacemaker? Then he remembers that being Benny is enough. You are a being of love. Your very existence brings peace to the earth. Right? We have to decide, do we want to bring peace to the earth, or are we a person that is a source of a lot of conflict and tension for people? What is that we need to heal in order to be more peaceful? Who are we angry at? You may feel that you're being called to serve love at a higher level. If so, this card comes as confirmation. People and animals in need of love may be drawn to you for help. Yeah. Are some of you out there people that tend to have people come to them that seem to need help? Something about your spirit and your energy. People find comfort and they come to you. And you may wish to answer. Be mindful of your inner resources. What are inner resources? We have to know how we're feeling. Sometimes we are not able to emotionally give and help others when we have not taken care of ourselves. Okay, we have to set boundaries and not allow people to constantly be able to drain us. Okay, we have to take breaks from ourselves and others. Make sure you aren't giving more than you receive, right? And so we've definitely, as a people, have been taught to give and give and give and not receive. Okay. And a lot of times I will talk to my females out there, this one-sidedness of servitude. But again, even biblical scriptures about slaves had rights, right? And so that even within family structures, there has to be balance where not one person is always given. And then also, too, one of the things I talk to people about self-care is you'll see people get angry sometimes when you try to do self-care, or they'll punish you and be like, well, it's punishment now. What are you going to do for me because you took a break? That's unhealthy. That's sick. That's someone taking on master's role, and you have to figure out, am I going to participate and take on the role of slave, or am I going to set boundaries? Okay. Or is this a person where I can't compromise and it's not equally yoked and I'm needing to walk away? Okay. So that's something that doesn't get discussed. Allow yourself to take what is offered and don't feel guilty. We've been taught to feel guilty for accepting, or I've given you something, now you owe me something. And a lot of times ours have been with sexual exploitation, right? Right? You got some food, so now you got to have sex, right? So these kind of things, that's that slavery type master behavior. So we have to not feel guilty for having our basic needs met or receiving. It's for accepting help or support when it's given by strangers, colleagues, or friends whose energy, reserves, and resources outstrip your own. Those of us who serve are only as strong as our connections with others. Like fruits on a strangled vine, we may wither and find our nutrients depleted if we don't replenish ourselves. This card asks you to let go of any guilt or unworthiness related to receiving. Know that by accepting help from others, you can help those in need. Reframe negative thoughts of I can't or I shouldn't thoughts, or I can. Let's see, where am I? I can, and switching it to I can and I will. If you cannot do it for yourself, do it for those you are called to serve. By choosing love and peace, you act as a beacon of light for others. The question is, do you want to be a beacon of light for others, or are you the person that's seducing people to the dark side? Are you the one that wants to punish and trap? Okay. You don't need to tire yourself trying to always do and be more. Who you are and what you can give is enough, right? And some people are shamed into being of the dark side, right? Being the punisher or seducer or torturer or an abuser, okay? And groups expecting that of you, right? Controlling you, right, in order to be accepted. So we have to think about that. Allow time to be true to you. At least once per week, find a tranquil place in nature or your home. Sit or lie down without distractions. Enjoy the quiet and stillness for as long as needed. And that's a tricky thing to do when we haven't practiced that. So we have to practice that little break, okay? And the affirmation is I am a manifestation of pure love and light. I bring peace to the world by taking time to simply be. And the question is, have you decided to be that in the world? All right. I want to thank you all for joining me again. Okay. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. And do comment in the comment section to help the algorithm pick up the YouTube channel. It will be greatly appreciated. Um, let's see. Also, to check out the community tab. A lot of times I'm placing things in there weekly for us to look at. And also information in the description box about getting your yearly mental health checkup. That's something that I do recommend. There's also important information in the description box about where to go to find a therapist, as well as information about what to do if you are having feelings of self-harm or if you know of someone that is. Okay, so do check out that information. Okay, and be safe out there. And also gonna end it with, everyone has a right to heal from trauma, okay, with privacy and without harassment or people needing to know about that, okay? Even a race nation, okay? Until next time. Bye.